transmedia storytelling. First, I would like to talk a bit about psychology, about different kinds of evil and the Teotihuacan problem. The Teotihuacan problem is a question which states, where does the evil come from? Epicure, who is a Greek philosopher, thinks that God will eliminate evil, but he isn't able to. Or then he can eliminate evil, but he doesn't want to. A third option is that God wants to do it and is able to do, but if he wants to but isn't able to, we would see him as weak. If he can do it but won't do it, we will see him as evil. Irenaeus, another philosopher, thinks that God created the evil to make humans master over the animals. John Hick believes that the human isn't fully created yet. To be complete, humans have to be trained so it could distinguish between good and bad. Alistair E. McGrath thinks that human is like it is, and things in life is determined by fate. Concurrent, we get our fate to trust God. Augustine of Hippo said that the evil comes from the human himself. We got the opportunity to choose the good or the bad, and we chose the bad at that time God created the earth. I would also like to talk about different kinds of evil, where we have the demonic evil, which is where you do evil just for the sake of it, just performing evil to hurt others. For example, a murderer who kills because they think it's fun. Then there's dumb evil. The evil is doing evil, but you don't know why. Maybe because someone's father hit him when he was young, then he thinks that he should hit his children as well. Like he doesn't. The individual doesn't know why he's doing it. Then there's just basic evil, where it's deliberately acting to hurt innocents. We also have dehumanization, is where you treat people as animals and suppress people, and by that taking away their human rights. Then there's lack of empathy. It's typically seen with a psychopath, where they can't sense others' feelings.
In Son of Satan, we have the main character, and he strives to be the leader, and he's definitely not afraid to share his opinion. It is a really important thing for him to be a leader, and that people respect him, no matter what it takes. In the text, he says, "But I was the young leader. I couldn't show any sympathy." The main character shows no mercy when they're about to kill Simpson, even though he does not want to kill him. An example from the text: "I didn't want to go with it any longer. I figured Simpson had suffered enough, but I was the leader and I was going to fight Has afterwards, and I couldn't show any weaknesses." The hate he expresses to his father is also a strong sign that he does not like to be at home at all. "You better kill me," I said, "because when I get big enough, I'm going to kill you." Another boy in the story is Morgan, and he's 12 years old, and he's friends with Has and the main character. They bully the boy named Simpson. In the start of the story, Morgan says a lot of things about him, but it seems just to be because he wants his friends to like him. He said a lot of stupid things about him, but when things get real and they're about to hang Simpsons in the rope, he's starting asking compassionate questions about him. "You think he can breathe? Maybe we shouldn't." Has is another friend of the narrator and considered to be second in charge. This is due to how he does follow the narrator's orders to some extent. However, he does not shy away from opposing the leader of the little group if Morgan himself simply does not agree with the narrator, or if he is treated in unfair or disrespectfully. Simpson is a boy with freckles, probably around the same age as the narrator, Has, and Morgan. He is a boy who gets beat up by the narrator Has and Morgan because he claimed he had intercourse with the girl under the narrator's house. As he states, "Yeah, that son of a bitch claims he fucked a girl under my house," which the narrator Morgan and Has claims is a lie. The theme in this story is social ranking. As every character in the short story behaves in certain ways, in order to either impress the ones who are ranking higher, so to speak, or in order to belittle the ones who are ranked lower. This is seen by how the group of friends actually have an unofficial but still designed leader, as the narrator has to fight to stay in his position. And that's also a theme could be bullying. The message in the story is that the narrator is really violent, and maybe because his father beat him. I'm going to give you the beating of your life, is the father said, and which is known by most people that if your childhood and upbringing was bad, you're probably going to have some issues and emotional scars. We had used the psychology in English, and we have used it in that way. We know what evil is, and evil is a lot of things, and it could be shown in a lot of different ways. He shows dehumanization, which is evil you don't know why you're doing, and in a way he really don't know why he's doing it. And we use the story in communication and IT to transmediate, and we use the things we talk about in communication and IT from English.
Communication and IT. Communication and IT was used in all of our products, as they were all used in this subject context or had a design aspect. We used communication and IT for the design of our products by using programs such as Photoshop. For this we used rules such as KISS, keep it simple, and the meaning of colors. For example, our website contains a lot of blue, as that color represents responsibility and also sadness. We also used a lot of black for our poster, as it portrays evil, which then backs up our message. We also used what we knew about target audiences, as that is an important part of making the product seem interesting to those who are relevant, which derives from what I said about the design, such as using a lot of nice colors if we wanted the attention of children. Other than that, we also used the communication model as a reference point in order to get the best results while making the products, which includes the sender, message, media, coding, receiver, and feedback. Analyzing these points allowed us to make specific design choices to improve the products.
Context of subjects. In psychology, we had to work with different cases and aspects of evil to get a better understanding of the term evil. This helped us with understanding some of the text we had to read in English, and it also gave us some good tools so we could distinguish between some of the different kinds of evil. In English, we had been handed out some of different text where evil appeared. We have used the analyzing tool we got from psychology so we could account for the different types of evil in the texts. We have also used analyzing tools to analyze and interpret some of the novels and short stories that we had to read. We also learned how to transmediate a story by telling the story in a different way. To show that we understand what transmediation is, we made a poster in Comité that was transmediation from one of the short stories that we read. In Comité, we made a poster and an article which were a part of transmediation because it was another way of telling a story and another way of expressing a message. We did these things by using a short story that we were handed out in English. To make this poster and article, we also had to choose some target groups and use a communication model so we would know who these transmediation would appeal to.
This concludes our presentation, and here you can see our finished products. Thank you.